what does the word London mean? Or from Don to London? Not always hydrological toponyms, place names, were formed from the ancient proto-root ms, reduced su, or hissing sounds. Some water bodies were named for other features or geographical features. Then the ancient prepositions came into play. First of all, do and no, which had the meaning of the limit or its absence, as in the case of the word gluboko, deep, or the abyss. There are a lot of rivers that cannot be forded, and toponyms, place names, that have no bottom: the Don River, the Dnepr River, the Dunai River, the Danube, the Dniester River, the Jordan River, Sudan, London, Covadonga, Caledonia, Macedonia, Dongola, Medina, Magadan, Grodno, Anden, Wiesbaden, Aberdeen, Ardennes, and others. The simplest name, formed by the prepositions do and no, is our famous Don River, a deep place that cannot be crossed. The Don River flows calmly and steadily, and you can't reach the bottom. The Dnepr River is another matter. Aggressive proto-root PR meant obstacles that water pierces. For example, the Dnieper River rapids, which since ancient times were a distinctive landmark in the area along the river. Therefore, the Dnieper River should be perceived as an unpredictable river with obstacles. The main role in the name of the Dniester River is played by the proto-root str, which is well preserved not only in Russian but also in many languages of the world, and is easily perceived in the meaning of rapid or fast. The Dniester River is a fast river. From proto-root str, there was a considerable number of words in different languages. Stremitsya, to strive. Ostrov, island. Struna, string. Streliat, to shoot. Strezhin, rod, center. A strata, strat. Strateg, strategist. Strasse, street, etc. If you take it literally, it is formed from two roots. S is for water, and tr is a hole, and it denotes the water that flows rapidly out of the hole. By the way, the upper reaches of the Dniester River has a narrow, deep channel and seems to break through the mountain range. Moreover, the word strategiya, strategy, now so beloved by politicians of various stripes, also goes back to the proto-root str. Dictionaries explain the origin of this word from the ancient Greek strategiya and translate it as the art of a commander. But this is a late interpretation. If we parse the word in proto-roots, we get a very clear semantic series. Str is quickly, ti is to do, ga is the way. That is, rapidly make the way, move to victory. I think the Greeks were intuitively and naturally right to give this word a military merit. Listening to the proto-roots of the Dunai River, it is enough to explain the meaning of this hydronym. I is a mountain, and the Danube originates in the mountains of Germany. It's a river running from the mountains. The Iordan, Jordan River, is more difficult. The name also consists of two roots. Ior is a distorted R, is the earth. In this case, R stands for land in water. In other words, it is a dirty, muddy river, a river with dirty water. By the way, a slightly distorted proto-root R is also present in the name of the Missouri River, Mis-ur. How did the American Indians translate this name? That's right, dirty river. Later, the Greeks, and after them the Romans, began to associate dirty water with urine, so the word urini appeared. Even later, there were urns, vessels for collecting sewage. Enterprising slaves serving urns in the Colosseum offered to charge the Emperor Vespasian for using them. So the catchphrase, "money has no smell," appeared. However, let's go back to not our Don River, deep bottom and river bosom. Once I received an angry comment in my email. A young lady wrote that the name of the city of London comes from the Latin Londinium, so there is no need to compose any nonsense and mislead students. At first I wanted to respond to her and even recorded my response on video, but there was no dialogue or feedback. Indeed, there was a period when London was called Londinium, according to Latin grammar, but this place was named before the Romans. The Celts called it Londin, in turn inheriting this toponym place name, as the encyclopedias say, from the local inhabitants. Who these natives were? History is silent. But when they named this area, they proceeded from the semantic morphemes of the ancient proto-language. Those who replaced them did not know this language anymore and inherited only the form of the toponym place name, without understanding its meaning. In general, almost all toponyms, place names in the UK, as well as the word Britain, become clear when the ancient roots and the Russian language come to the rescue. All names have a deep meaning, reflecting the features of the landscape. I will not say that these words are Russian toponyms, place names, although this suggests itself. But one thing is certain: those who gave the names of the area were good friends with the ancient and possibly Russian language. If you listen to what Professor Anatoly Klesov tells you, Europe used to be inhabited by tribes that were later displaced to its eastern part. These tribes gave the names of the locality, which are so easily corresponded with the Russian language. With all the changes, the toponym, place name, London clearly retained its native root, and I would say Russian basis. The consonantal sounds L, N, D, N are the keepers of meaning, and they have been clearly heard in the London's fog for centuries. However, returning to the foggy Albion, we can look at London itself differently. Lono and dono, an open, beautiful, fertile place by a deep river.